So the things you're going to be doing with the story is you're going to read the story, and you can do this in main, right? You're going to have to open and read from that input file. You're going to update the story, and for this one, you're going to write a function. So one function that makes these changes, both replaces the apostrophe and inserts red. So one function that does that, and it just receives a string and returns a string. The string that it receives is the original story, and what it returns is the updated story. And then you'll write the story out to the output file. So again, you'll have to open an OFStream object and write to it. The next big task is to work with the earthquakes.txt. Now let's look at this file. So earthquakes.txt is data, and this is data about earthquakes that are 4.5 or higher on the Richter scale, and it's over a 3-month period in 2016. So surprising how many of these happen, right? Anyway, this is just a whole bunch of the data, and it's all comes in the same order. It has the magnitude and the type. It has the location explained, and then in detail the latitude and the longitude, and then how the depth of the earthquake, and a time. Now notice that the time is a string that doesn't have any spaces. The location is a string that has spaces in it, and the units, or the type of magnitude, is a string without spaces. So you're going to be doing some reading with the extraction operator, and you're going to be using the getLine operator to read this string, right? So that you can get all of it, including the space. Now remember, when you do that, to be careful with when to use that ignore, right? After you read with the extraction operator, it leaves that carriage return sitting there. So you want to make sure and ignore that carriage return before you read that string using getLine. So be sure and remember that detail. And what's going to happen is you're going to read this data, and then you're going to format this really nice report, right? Where there's headings above it, but everything is printed out, and it's neat and orderly and lined up. And that's what's going to be the end result. Now, to accomplish that, you're going to create a function that can write a single line, right? We're going to put all of the formatting details in this function. And so it's going to receive one piece of data of each type, right? It's going to receive all of those, and then it's going to write out a single line in this formatted way. And there's a couple examples of the formatted way, and this is the function prototype of all the things that it's going to need to receive to do that. So you'll write that function that does one formatted line. Notice it doesn't do the heading, so you'll just do the heading in main, and then call this function for every time you want to write a line in that report. You'll also need to work with the opening the file and reading it, and you can do this one line at a time. Read it, format it, and print it out, or you can read it all in and store it in arrays if you want, and then go through the arrays and print it out. So first you'll read a piece of data, and this tells you what it looks like when it's coming in. You'll also be able to see it when you go through that text file, but here it explains it in detail. And there are two input files. So there's the regular one, which is the earthquakes.txt, and that's the one we're going to want to be working with when our project is all the way done. But there's also an earthquakes short an earthquake short that just doesn't have very many. And sometimes it's easier when you're coding to just have a few to look through. And that way you can check the details pretty quickly and know, rather than having to scan through so many. So there's this earthquake short that just has a few entries. And just use that for when you're coding, when you're getting the details worked out. But in the end, your final project, you want to be able to do all of them. So you'll have this complete report when you do the end one. And then you'll write to the earthquakereport.txt file, right? And that's where that report will go. And then in the end, remember to validate your code. There's some tests there that will test those functions. And remember, there's only 2 functions you're writing, but it'll test both of those functions. And then in main, you'll be doing the input where you're reading the files and writing to the files. Well, I guess the one function actually writes to the file, right? It's writing that one line of the report. That one function actually writes to that output file. And then zip up your source folder and submit it to Canvas.